is Good evening. My topic is the leaders of peace in the world, their life and their works by Viviana Andrea Laverde Pulido. There has been several leaders of the peace in the world. For example, Madre Teresa de Calcutta, Rigoberta Menchú, Malala Yousafzai, and Leon Tolstoy. And how we can see, there are several leaders in different areas. For example, in religion, in politics, in social work, in literature, in and other fields. For example, in the music and the art. This topic is important for me because I am studying license in literature and Spanish language. For this reason, the leaders are important because they are writers. They write about the peace. In Colombia, for example, Héctor Abad Faciolince wrote the book El olvido que seremos. This book is important because this book is give us an example, the event of violence in Colombia. It's a real history of of his family. And the message of these leaders can help me how to be a better person and resolve the conflicts between persons and different communities. For example, civil society and in the society is important because their message is the same for the different leaders. It is a message of the peace, forgiveness, the love. Is important, for example, in army groups, in resolution of conflicts in Colombia, for example. There are different leaders of the peace, leaders of the peace. Santa Teresa, for example, Santa Teresa de Calcutta say, there is a reason to be here, and this reason is to love. Rigoberta said that our needs that we all need each other. And Leon Tolstoy said, the security true is in the goodness, in the infinity, patience, and the compassion. The love is the only force capable of transforming an enemy in friend. And these topics are love, compassion, forgiveness. In Colombia, this topic is important because there are several political actions for to get peace to different communities in different regions in Colombia. There are programs in Culture Paz, and the transforming different conditions for get the get peace in Colombia. Um, I I I can work this topic in class in the class with my students. For example, we can reflect uh, about the peace in our lives, in our families, in our community, um, in different fields, um, and how we can can we um, um, get the peace in our lives, in our family, and in the communities.